At 45 years old, Kimmi Scott has finally opened up about something that fans have been whispering about for a long time: the way her husband, Maurice Scott, may have used her cancer diagnosis and her battle with breast cancer for public relations and reality TV content. For months, fans of Love and Marriage, Huntsville have been uncomfortable with how certain parts of Kimmi's health journey were portrayed on the show. Now, Kimmi is letting the world know that not everything that aired felt supportive. In fact, some of it may have crossed a line. It all began when Kimmi bravely announced to the world that she had been diagnosed with stage 2 triple-negative breast cancer, one of the most aggressive types of breast cancer out there. Instead of hearing it through blogs or rumors, viewers watched her sit down and reveal her diagnosis on national television. At the time, people praised her strength and honesty. They admired her for sharing something so painful and personal. Many women said it encouraged them to get checked, schedule mammograms, and take their health more seriously, but then the show kept filming. The cameras didn't stop when the diagnosis was revealed. They followed Kimmi into her doctor's visits, into her chemo sessions, and even into her moments of complete exhaustion and emotional pain. Scenes that should have been private became public. Episodes showed Kimmi crying on the couch, scared for her life, and struggling with the physical effects of chemotherapy. Yet the show edited those moments for maximum emotional impact: music in the background, close-up shots, dramatic pacing. At first, fans thought it was brave. But as more episodes aired, people started asking uncomfortable questions. Was Kimmi really okay with all of this? Did she choose to share these moments, or did the production team, and possibly Maurice, convince her that it was important for the show? Was this about spreading awareness, or was it about getting more viewers? Social media exploded with criticism. People started posting tweets, TikToks, and Reddit threads calling out what they saw as emotional manipulation. They said the show was exploiting Kimmi's illness. Even worse, some viewers noticed that Maurice didn't seem very emotionally involved. In scenes where Kimmi opened up about her fears, Maurice often stayed quiet or changed the subject. In one scene, when Kimmi talked about the toll chemo was taking on her body, Maurice responded by bringing up how it might affect their sex life. That moment left fans shocked and angry. People started paying closer attention to Maurice's behavior on the show. Some said he looked more concerned about how he appeared on camera than how Kimmi was feeling. Others said he acted like a businessman, not a husband, managing situations instead of offering comfort. Fans began to feel like Maurice wasn't showing genuine support, and that maybe, just maybe, he was using Kimmi's illness to make himself look good on screen. There were rumors that Kimmi wanted to stop filming or at least take a break. One person from the production team allegedly claimed that Kimmi asked to pause filming during her treatment, but Maurice and the network thought her story was too good to stop. That phrase, "too good of a storyline," sparked outrage across the internet. People couldn't believe that someone's real pain could be seen as a storyline instead of a personal, private journey. As the show continued to air, fans became more vocal. Hashtags like "Protect Kimmi" and "Maurice Exposed" started trending. Viewers went back and watched older episodes with new eyes. They noticed how often Kimmi seemed tired or emotionally drained. In group scenes, she stayed quiet. She didn't want drama. And now it all made sense. She wasn't avoiding people, she was just trying to survive, but it wasn't just Kimmi's quiet strength that got people talking. It was Maurice's cold reactions. In moment after moment, Maurice came across as detached. In one scene, Kimmi broke down in tears, saying she was afraid she might not make it through treatment. Maurice responded by talking about parenting schedules. It felt off. It felt like he wasn't really there with her, not emotionally. Some people said he looked like he was just playing a part for the camera, the concerned husband role. That idea became even more believable when rumors surfaced about a deleted scene. According to someone who worked behind the scenes, there was a moment when Maurice asked producers how dramatic he should act in a scene with Kimmi. If that's true, it confirms what many people feared, that Maurice was more focused on his TV image than on truly supporting his wife. The situation became even more complicated when fans remembered past rumors about Maurice. Before Kimmi's diagnosis, there were already whispers about him being unfaithful. People talked about late-night meetings, secret trips, and even screenshots of flirty messages. He never clearly addressed those rumors, and now, with Kimmi in such a vulnerable state, fans started to wonder if Maurice was trying to repair his image, using Kimmi's illness as a way to look like the caring husband. At the same time, Maurice was promoting his law firm, giving motivational talks, and building his personal brand. Some people said it looked like he was using the increased attention from the show to promote himself, while Kimmi was the one suffering in silence, and yet, through it all, Kimmi never lashed out. She stayed calm, kind, and focused. She showed up for filming, even when she looked tired. She wore makeup to hide the exhaustion. She smiled when she probably wanted to cry. That quiet bravery is what touched fans the most. They started to believe that maybe Kimmi wasn't filming for ratings. Maybe she wasn't doing it for the show or for Maurice. Maybe she was doing it for the audience, to help others feel less alone. Still, people kept asking, why didn't the network say anything? Why didn't the producers step in and give Kimmi the break she clearly needed? Some fans called out Carlos King, the show's executive producer, saying he needed to be more responsible and stop the show from turning real-life pain into TV content. Others called on the Oprah Winfrey Network to make a public statement, but no statement came. The silence only made people angrier. Even some of the other cast members seemed to notice what was going on. Melody Holt posted a subtle Instagram story saying, "Cloud off someone's cancer is a new low." Another cast member shared a meme about men who make everything about themselves. The tension wasn't just on screen anymore. It was spilling over into social media. The fans who once loved the show began to turn against it. Many people said they would stop watching. Others said Kimmi deserved her own special, a documentary about healing, surviving, and living beyond cancer. A show that focused on her strength, not on drama or manipulation. They wanted to see her celebrated for who she is, not used as a storyline. As all of this unfolded, Maurice remained silent. He continued to post motivational quotes and promote new episodes, never directly addressing the criticism or the pain fans said they saw in Kimmi's eyes. His silence felt cold. For someone who had made a whole season about his wife's illness, it didn't sit right that he couldn't even make one honest post about what she had gone through, not as a storyline, but as a woman, as his wife. Meanwhile, Kimmi kept posting occasional health updates. She thanked fans for their support, but she didn't join in the drama. She didn't argue or defend Maurice. She didn't attack anyone. That quiet dignity made people love her even more. It also made them worry that she had suffered far more than we ever saw on screen. At this point, love and marriage, Huntsville is at a crossroads. Viewers have made it clear. They don't want to see real pain used as entertainment. They want honesty. They want respect. They want people like Kimmi to be treated with care, not turned into characters in someone else's story. Maurice may have thought he could control the narrative. But the fans are not blind. They see everything. They saw the cold stares. The rehearsed answers. The lack of emotion. They saw Kimmi's strength, and they saw her struggle. And now, they're speaking up, not just for her, but for every woman who's ever gone through something painful and had to hide it behind a smile. That if there's one thing this whole situation has shown, it's that real life should never be used as a plot twist. Kimmi deserved better. And now, fans are demanding better, from Maurice, from the network, and from reality TV as a whole. In the end, people will remember Kimmi not as a storyline, but as a woman who showed true courage. And no matter what happens next, one thing is for sure, the truth is out now. And it's louder than ever.